We have made a commitment to the prosperity of Jamaicans. And we're going to do that through economic growth and job creation.
Concrete steps were made in 2017 to cement gains through the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. Identifying bureaucratic inefficiency as the major obstacle to economic growth, the ministry increased Jamaica's business-friendly environment. On August 9, the government launched its gov.jm platform, a one-stop shop for state-related information and services.
Bringing the information together forces the bureaucracy to start to look at its business processes and engineer them for efficiency.
Meanwhile, work began on a national investment portal spearheaded by Jamaica Promotions Corporation, JAMPRO.
The portal will have three main functions: information sharing, online application submission, and back office interface among government approval entities.
An investor guide outlining the steps involved with doing business in Jamaica also took shape in 2017. On July 21, Minister Darrell Vaz was named chairman of the National Competitiveness Council. In April, Senator Don Webby was tapped to lead the National Investment Policy Steering Committee. And in December, Senator Obin Hill was named Executive Director of the Economic Growth Council. Work continued in 2017 on the Special Economic Zone SEZ. In January, an MOU was signed with Singapore to develop the SEZ regulations, which were later tabled in Parliament on September 12. By November, the Houses of Parliament approved an amendment to the SEZ Act to remove responsibility for the zone from the Minister with responsibility for industry to the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation.
This Andrew Holness-led government is here to facilitate.
So through JAMPRO, the Development Bank of Jamaica, Port Authority and the Factories Corporation, several projects were either initiated, continued or completed in the year. The entities partnered on 4 enterprise projects worth $134 million aimed at providing 27,000 jobs. In 2017, those projects created over 5,000 jobs in the business process outsourcing sector alone. At the Development Bank of Jamaica, $9.3 billion in investment support was provided for 73 new micro, small and medium enterprises MSMEs. 458 MSMEs also received capacity building training from the bank.
Improving the employability of our young people is of critical importance to the country's growth and job creation agenda. We must continue to help our people excel.
The ministry did that by employing Hope trainees across various agencies. Training through a sector skills council was also facilitated.
The next step will be to involve the operationalization of apprenticeship programs with the support of the private sector to address skill gaps experienced by employers. And this will lead to greater employment and productivity.
The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation provided social housing in 2017. Through the Housing Agency of Jamaica, 168 service lots were delivered in St. Elizabeth. In February, Cabinet approved the merger of the Land Administration and Management Program and the National Land Agency. The agency's electronic titling system, sponsored by the World Bank, also continued in 2017. In April, the Real Estate Authority of Jamaica was formed. And on the policy side of things, the ministry hosted the inaugural Regional Housing Conference.
Water is critical to the economic growth and development of the country.
In February, the National Water Commission signed an MOU with the Heart Trust NTA and MIA to train 150 persons to improve service delivery. By December 15, a contract was signed for the provision of 450,000 solid-state smart water meters. This agreement complements the repair of over 3,000 leaking pipes up to October 2017, all part of the Commission's non-revenue water co-management project. On February 17, ground was broken for the $131.9 million Bay Farm Villa sewage project. It's one of 6 corporate area projects under the $12 million Caribbean Region Fund for Wastewater Management, CREW project. By April, a contract was signed for Phase 2 of the Port Antonio Water Sewage and Drainage Project. Over in Clarendon, the Palmetto Pen, Breadnut Bottom, Rosewell Water Supply Project was commissioned in August. It's one of 11 projects under the Rural Water Supply System that covered 7 parishes. the repair of 5 irrigation canals for farmers in St. Elizabeth, Manchester, St. Catherine, Clarendon and St. Thomas got underway in 2017.
The general vision is not just to put up square boxes that rise several stories. The vision is to build buildings that represent the future of Jamaica.
Through the Urban Development Corporation, UDC, work continued on the downtown Kingston redevelopment project in 2017. In March, a contract was signed for the Phase 1 of the Government of Jamaica Parliament and Government Office's Oval Zone project. The Victoria Pier was reopened in December and the Accountant General's office relocated to the Oceana building on June 1. 2017 also saw construction work starting for the Red Rose Fish Market and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade headquarters on the Kingston waterfront. The Ocherias redevelopment plan also took shape in 2017. In addition to works on the Ocherias fishing village, construction continued on a promenade that links the town to the Ocherias cruise shipping pier. And through the Port Authority, the Logistics Hub initiative was pushed with the September completion of dredging works on the access channel to the Kingston Harbour. With the widening, the country can now accommodate new Panamax container vessels.
When you build a road, you open up development. In fact, they say that the road to development starts with a road.
And so 4 of the 6 major infrastructure development program legacy projects were continued in 2017. On October 5, the $20.5 million Marcus Garvey Drive road improvement project was opened. In August, the QPS Bridge in Clarendon was opened at a cost of $700 million. The contract for the Mandela Highway Improvement Project was extended by $68 million. 2017 also saw contracts being signed to improve the Constant Spring Junction and Barbican Main roads. In February, a loan agreement was signed for the $384 million Southern Coastal Highway Improvement Project. Over in Western Jamaica, the designs for the Montego Bay Bypass were completed with financing for the project being sought.
I've given the NWA a mandate, build road, but I have to modify it, fix road too.
And so $630 million was disbursed to members of Parliament for pothole patching, bushing, drain cleaning and general cleanup in all 63 constituencies across the island. Having ratified the Paris Climate Change Agreement on April 11, the ministry drew down $300,000 from the United Nations Green Climate Fund in October. The money will go towards developing a country program for engagement with the fund.
I can assure you, therefore, that this support from the GCF can be considered as a first step on a journey towards the financing of many more projects that are in the CCD's project portfolio, as well as those that are still in the pre-planning phase.
And in November, the boundaries of the cockpit country was declared with an announcement that no mining will be permitted in the 74,726 hectare protected area.
We cannot put a price tag on the loss to our water resources and our biodiversity.
We are working 24/7, 365 to make sure that you can have a better life, to make sure that prosperity is not just a word, but an experience.